What's up, everybody, and welcome to another installment of Faceless Political Mumbo Jumbo. I am you, you are we, and we are all. Wake up, everybody, wake up. So, we're on today for just a short one. This is going to be a quick one because, uh, we're just going to talk about some of the craziness that we have going on in this current political climate that we have going on. Epstein. Where the fuck are the Epstein files? First of all, we have got a serious, creepy ass perv in chief, not to mention a convict, in the office. This dude is obviously trying to cover up for the Epstein files. What type of world are we in? I just want to ask, what type of world could we possibly be in when we are, let me just back up. I got to back up because, in a way, I feel like this country is getting exactly what it asked for. Because, in what world can 350 million people have a convict in front of them, two people in front of them, two people up for grabs to run a whole country? But this country is going to see a felon, a sexual predator, and basically a convict, somebody that, and an adulterer, and somebody that basically says they can do whatever they want to women whenever they want to. And let's not forget about that. Somebody else that also says they can get shot and nobody will say anything about, shoot somebody and nobody will say anything about it. And what else do they say? They can come up with all types of racist allegations when the one black president that we've ever had in our country was in office. I mean, if you don't think that's a problem, if you don't think it's a problem that you can say, you can have this person that has everything bad to say about everything else, but yet has done everything and worse that he blames on the other people. And yet our country as an electorate says, you know what, I'm going to go with that guy. That's my guy. That's the one I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with the old, geriatric, as bigoted as they get, white supremacist, white nationalist, whatever you want to call it, racist choice. I mean, clearly you can sit there and see with your two eyes and your two ears that you had another candidate that was clearly more capable, clearly more intelligent, clearly more articulate, clearly has an understanding of the English language. I mean, can we just stop there? An understanding of the English language? Somebody that was not given everything that they've ever gotten in life and thinks that they're supposed to get everything that way. And that if because you're a certain skin color, you're going to, you're supposed to receive these things. But this was the choice that this dumbass country made. And then we are now the laughing stock all around the world. Why wouldn't we be? And you sit there, you've got these stupid ass people, these farmers now that want to complain. First of all, let's just go back to this whole immigration situation. Because you have a country that wants to go crazy and talk about all these immigrants that, of course, are of different ethnic backgrounds than white people. And yet, you've had these ethnic groups of people that have been sold this fallacy of whiteness, and they wanted to buy into it so bad they could look in the mirror, look past their cultural identity, look past the melanin in their skin, look past their relatives that don't speak the language, and they can actually say, yeah, I want to vote for this guy that doesn't want to let anybody else that looks like me in because I feel like we need to do it the right way. But then let's go back to immigration again. Let's just circle back because we want to just keep circling back. So we have all these white farmers up in arms, some of these different businesses up in arms that are upset because now they don't have people to pick their crops, to the point where they're actually leaving flyers for nurses to come pick fucking blueberries because they don't have people to pick their crops because they were so stupid knowing damn well that they're paying these people a pittance of what anybody else, any American citizen would make, knowing they're working these people like crazy that no American citizens are going to do. So they're getting over on these people, making the money off the backs of these people, just like plantations did in slavery days, making all the money, reaping all the benefits from off these people, all the fruits of all the fruits of these people's labors. And then now, once they decided that they don't want the brown and the black people here, and now these people are being grabbed and stolen off their farms and nobody's there to work, now they don't know what to do about it. But I don't know. I think, am I the only one that's thinking like, okay, well, if we're going after these people that are doing the jobs and we're rounding them up to take them to God knows where, alligator fucking Alcatraz, concentration camps, basically try to take these people, kidnap them, and turn them into slave labor for privatized prison companies. But what about the owners of these farms and of the businesses that hired these people? Should we not be prosecuting and litigating and rounding up these motherfuckers that have hired all these people, that are paying all these people under the table, that are making all the money off of these farms? Should they not be prosecuted and locked up? I think they're the ones that should be being prosecuted and locked up. But why are they not being prosecuted and locked up? Let's just think about that. What could be the one reason? What could be that one reason why they aren't being prosecuted and locked up? But yet they want tax cuts and tax breaks. But why aren't they? Why aren't those people the ones that get all these incentives, all these tax breaks, get all these benefits and different programs and different aid from the government, all to help them continue to fuel their businesses and make the money off of these people that then they want to now in turn demonize. And now when you're not making the money off of these people that you hired, that you made the illegal choice to bring into your business to make you all this money, now that they're not there and you have to do this shit yourself and figure out what the fuck you have to do, how you gonna get these crops picked and pulled because now the stores are running empty. But you were so hateful, you didn't want to help black and brown people. So now all those crops, all that shit, soybeans, all the stuff that you were selling, stuff that was even being sent all for USAID, making money off the people, even though it was going to help people, you were so hateful that you didn't know how to continue to take the money that you were being given and continue to get the money grab that you were getting. But because it was helping somebody, because you were actually helping people in need, people that were starving, you wanted to say, no, we need to round these people up. But you know what? This is what the fuck you get. This is why you're getting fucked. Because you're hateful, you're racist, you're bigoted, and you didn't even have any respect for the people that were working for you. That's what you call a piece of shit. And now we've got this sham of some type of proceedings to question a fucking pedophile. A pedophile. Chester the molester. This lady is straight evil, but because she's walking around in whiteface, now we want to make her a victim. So not only can we allow these people to shoot and kill all of our kids all across this country because they want to tote guns all over the damn place, but when people are getting shot all over the place, nobody says, hey, maybe we should do something about these fucking guns. No, they want to talk about what the person was going through, what happened in the place, where he came from, what he had read before. Fuck all that shit. Do something about the guns that are on the fucking streets. Do something about the guns that are showing up in these kids' schools. Do something about the guns that are showing up when people are trying to go out and have enjoy a fucking concert or enjoy something outside. But now there's so many damn guns all over the place. People can't do anything and you want to have these ICE officers out all over the place in this fake ass clothes. We're just in these clothes that can be bought from Amazon. These fake ass outfits covering their face and shit. Watch what's going to happen to some of these people as stuff goes on. But they would have put all these people on the streets, but they're going to find out when they go to the wrong places. You already saw what happened to little Haiti. People aren't going to play with these people. The more it gets, mark my words, the closer we get to the holidays, and these people that see how they're being screwed, how this man has screwed them, lied to them and deceived them. This is karma. This is what karma does to people. When you're so hateful and so resentful, this is what happens. Sorry about the phone, people. Somebody keeps calling, but that's all I got on that. But we're gonna see what happens. But mark my words, this man, you notice that the news organizations, the media is just slumping too. The media. Let's talk about the media, because the media is just falling to pieces. People caving, doing whatever they have to say to try to let this man pass and slide by, and these people are going to go out of business. They're going to go out of business because they don't want to give the people what they want to hear. They want to hear the truth at the end of the day. The people want to hear the truth, even though they're getting lied to and they just gladly, they hear it. But at the end of the day, now they want the fucking truth. Because people want to go on here and try to two-side something, don't want to say anything about this man's cankles. If this was Joe Biden, how much will we be talking about this man being sick? There was I feel like it was maybe about a few days that we talked about the oldest president. Do we need to remember? This motherfucker is the oldest president we've ever had. And we barely had a mention about this man's swollen ass ankles, all types of crazy marks, makeup all over his hands, covering spots and shit. This dude is about to go out. If he doesn't go out, he's about to get sick. He's about to have a stroke. Something's going to happen. He's trying to they're clearly pumping him up with drugs just to allow him to keep moving around, to do what he has to do just to keep around as much as he is. But he's clearly losing his mind. He sits up there on television talking completely like a lunatic in front of other world leaders. They just sit there in silence while we sit there as a country looking like the fucking laughing stock while we have this big fat fucking cankle buffoon representing this country. And now we have tourism going down. The dollar's potentially going to be going down. There are going to be all kinds of businesses that are going to go out of business. The people are going to go out of business. It's going to get real come around the holidays. And with these people, they're putting all this money into a militarized police state to go around and kidnap people. What are we living in? What the fuck are we living in, people? We're living in a society where a president of the United States, the president of the country, is actually about to give a child a child abuser, to make it nice, immunity, and actually about to give this lady a pardon. This motherfucker's about to give this demented ass lady a pardon. If that doesn't tell you how sick this motherfucker is, I don't know what to tell you. Had his kids around, a known pedophile, knowing that this girl was 60, kids were teenagers working at his hotel. Knew there were teenagers working at his hotel, but yet he knew this man was doing what he was doing. Let these girls get taken and to this man's house to supposedly be a massage therapist. Why would you be allowing young girls to be going to somebody's house under the guise of being a massage therapist? But yet, and then not only that, said he did not have the privilege of being invited to the Epstein Island. To be invited to the Kitty Pedo Island. He said that he did not have the privilege. Didn't say anything about what these girls went through. Didn't say anything about the lady that killed herself. That was one of the victims. He's obviously dirty. Anyone that talks about something this much, that couldn't just say something initially like, oh yeah, it was a friend. Once I found out he was into like a lot of weird stuff, I had to get away from him. I wouldn't have anything to do with him. This guy has never had anything bad to say about the man, even after he was convicted, after he was killed, which we know that's pretty much what happened to him. We got minutes missing from the tape when he was in jail. We got people working in the White House that were with him. And Bondi, we already know she's gone. That lady's gone. She out of there. Whoever had heard of a scratched eyeball that keeps you out of work for a week. Over a week. This lady is heading for the hills because she knows that she's about to get thrown under the bus. And she's just been used. And she doesn't want to have on her record that she had to try to go after a former president of the United States because she's working for a fucking lunatic. But this is what happens when we got a bunch of racist ass bigots in Stepford Wives in the White House. This is what happens when you have a whole cabinet of people in a country, in an Oval Office, that does not represent the demographic of what this country looks like. Once you crazy ass people in this country start to realize that you need to have representation that looks like the makeup of the country and stop idolizing white culture and realize that white culture has done nothing but stolen from all of your cultures and they don't really even have a culture. Once you realize the own greatness of your culture and why they've been stealing from you and that you shouldn't be feeling inferior, that's when everybody can come together and unite. And this goes for all the good white people out there as well that understand that power comes in unifying. That's where the power is. I actually just watched something and I couldn't believe I actually agreed with it. I mean, it was just honestly, I was shocked when I saw Reagan and he straight up prophesized. I mean, this man, a Republican, he straight up, they just went back and looked at what this man, dude straight up said, what makes this country great is the fact that we are a country made up of all kinds of different people that come together that will inevitably bring greatness and bigger thoughts that will keep us on the edge on the curve of everything new. But what are we doing? And if we go backward, The time that if we ever go backward and lose that special part of what makes America great, that will be what makes America fall. I mean, dude basically said that. He basically said it. And all these people are sitting here trying to go back to something that wasn't. I mean, that was never great. That isn't great. All these motherfuckers came from somewhere else, and they want to try to claim this country as their own. This country is everybody's that lives here. Nobody owns this shit. We are all, if you want to take it to biblical standpoint, none of this shit belongs to any of us. None of it. Because last I checked, we all come here and then we all die. And when you close your eyes, anybody that's listening here, when you close your motherfucking eyes, do you feel a skin color? Do you feel a skin color? No. So this is all a construct. And once people, I honestly kind of feel like this is some shit. Like whenever people fully understand that all this whole race stuff is all just a construct, and once people understand that that's not what it's all about, and that we are all souls and spirits that are living in a skin suit, then that's when this whole experiment will probably be over. Or maybe that'll be the coming back of, Jesus or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't profess to be all extra religious, but I do know that when people do dirt and when you use religion as a reason for it under the guise of religion, and you're not preaching you're not practicing what you're supposed to preach, or practicing what you preach, the gospel says you're not supposed to do what they're doing to people that have less than. You're supposed to lift up people that have less than you. You're supposed to lift up the people that are indigent in our society. And the fact that we have all these rich billionaires doing nothing but trying to take and keep for themselves, I want to know what Trump is doing for people that are less than. What is he giving to? What organizations does he give to actually help people that have less than him? Because all you motherfuckers out there that are on food stamps and all this shit in these different countries like Kentucky and shit, and you voted for this shit, this is what you get. This is what you get. And I hope you feel some pain. I really do. I hope you feel the pain. That's all I got today, people. My last question, as I always ask, why is this country so accepting of white mediocrity? That's the question. Why is this country so accepting of white mediocrity? Because we wouldn't be accepting of it from anybody else. That's all I got. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next installment. Stay woke.